TJ Maxx has Middle Eastern perfumes now? What? Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, fragrance hauls, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys. So if you know me, you know I love fragrance and you know I love some TJ Maxx rummaging, treasure hunting. I am a Maxxinista. Yes, I am. And I actually have 10 perfumes for you guys today that I recently purchased at TJ Maxx. All in one run, actually. So I thought about for a minute doing a video where I show all the fragrances I had purchased from TJ Maxx, maybe in like the last year, because a lot of times you will see repeats within a year at TJ Maxx. But I thought, let's just keep it to the 10 right now. If you guys do show interest in this video, I will show you all of my fragrance finds from TJ Maxx. But for right now, let's go ahead and show you the 10 I recently scored from TJ Maxx. All right, you guys, so the first one, I was shocked to see there because I had never seen a Middle Eastern popular fragrance there. And I was walking by the case that they have enclosed now. So my TJ Maxx, I don't know how it is at yours, but mine now has some of the more expensive ones in an enclosed locked case where you have to call an assistant. And then they also have a display of some of the more real budget friendly, like $16.99 and under. So the case caught my eye and I actually saw a Shagaf fragrance in there. It wasn't Shagaf Oud like Tonka. That's one of my favorite fragrances. It's this beautiful like Tiffany's looking bottle. It's really, really popular right now. It was some other Shagaf fragrance in there. That first caught my eye because I was like, wait a minute, that's a Middle Eastern fragrance. And then I saw this one that was not locked up, and that is this Swiss Arabian perfume oil. Now, this one is the Rouge is what this one is. And I've always wanted to try this. This went viral quite a while back. I want to say maybe 2 years ago. And that's when I started getting into Middle Eastern fragrances. I purchased my very first Latafa about 2 years ago. And I've always wanted this and never pulled the trigger on it. This was $16.99. First of all, the bottle. How stunningly gorgeous, decadent, ornate is this beautiful bottle here. And then even this little top, like sometimes these can look real fakey. This one looks super nice. And like I said, it is an oil, so you do have a dropper like this. And you guys, I have this one right now on this arm. It smells so good. It is, when it first goes on, it smells like a juicy fruit basket full of all kinds of fruits. As it dries down, it gets warmer and it definitely warms up on the skin. It gets a little bit stronger. So let me read you the notes. I've got it on my phone here because there's a lot of them. So we have hibiscus, sandalwood, coconut, peach, rose, floral notes, mango, pineapple, papaya, and lemon. So like I said, when it first goes on, you really get just like a burst of fruitiness, but not like a syrupy sweet fruits, like a very juicy, bright, kind of citrusy, tart. You know, it does have the lemon and the pineapple, mango. Mango can smell like just real juicy as well. And then you definitely get that hibiscus. So there is a floral element to this. It does almost have a tropical feel. I don't really smell the coconut, but I do get like a tropical flower floral from this. It is beautiful, you guys. Like crazy that one drop is this strong, and you get this gorgeous bottle. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, if TJ Maxx is gonna start carrying Middle Eastern fragrances all the time, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, next up, these bottles alone caught my eye because they were not in the locked case. They were out in like the value perfume section. So I automatically knew they weren't expensive. Picked them up. They were $16.99 a piece. So this first one is Verato Parfum. And then this one is Parfum. And the brand is Mirada. I had never heard of Mirada. Didn't know if it was just some generic off the beaten path brand. So I looked it up while I was in TJ Maxx and saw it is a Middle Eastern brand. Never heard of it before, never seen it hyped up or anything. So this was brand new to me, but the bottles were so intriguing to me. I love the little charms on here. And then I loved that this one was like this frosted pink. I mean, this one, hello, I am matching right now so well. So that definitely caught my eye. But then I thought, all right. This is probably gonna be like, they're pretty to look at, but they stink. I'm happy to report these smell lovely. So let me go ahead and start with the Verato Parfum. So I got my notes right here, or the phone notes. We have orange, green apple, jasmine, lily of the valley, and amber. So this is definitely the more sophisticated of the two, like the grown-up sister of these two. But it's not, this is not so mature that it's grandma. This is sophisticated 40-year-old. Hello, me. This could be in your 30s, could be all the way up until your 50s. I think this is a beautiful date night scent. Honestly, this one could go year round. I'd say it's slightly more evening, but it's not too much. It's not too heavy. It is definitely a floral amber with just a little hint of that like green apple in there. The orange is very subtle. It's just a very sophisticated floral fragrance, like almost has a designer element to it. I wouldn't say, you know, a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances can have like that oud and that, or incense and very Middle Eastern leaning. And then they can also do these fragrances that just kind of like dupe other, you know, like designer fragrances or other niche fragrances. And this is one of those that I would say is more like designer leaning. I don't think that it's necessarily duping anything. It just is a very lovely, sophisticated floral amber, but just a little bit more mature than the Perla that's next. Okay, so next up is Perla, and I will tell you guys, they do also have these on Amazon. I'm reading the notes off Amazon right now. They are $29.50 on Amazon, and then I did get them for $16.99 at TJ Maxx. So still a pretty good price on Amazon. Just definitely want to keep your eye open, TJ Maxx. The notes in here are apple, berry, lily, orchid, green. It just says green. I don't know why it says green. Jasmine, caramel, and musk. So this is definitely more of the softer, girly, feminine, fruity. You do get a little bit of that musk, a little bit of that caramel. This is so fun. I think this one is definitely a little bit more daytime. It's playful, it's youthful, but it's not juvenile either. This is a really, really easy, beautiful wear that I think would be very, very crowd pleasing. And then of course you have this gorgeous pink bottle and the little charms. I will say not the most long lasting. However, I have not tested this with like a heavy dose all over my clothing and my typical like 4 sprays on the skin. I've only done the 1 spray on the arm, but it was very, very fleeting. I'd say like just within a couple of hours, I really couldn't smell it anymore. Like I said, that's just with 1 spray. Sometimes that bothers some people, sometimes it doesn't whenever it comes to something so inexpensive. It's a trade-off. So I do think though that these are worth keeping your eye out for. Okay, this next one is another Middle Eastern. This is Amaran Oksana Rouge. Now, you could probably imagine right away what this is supposed to be a dupe of. Baccarat Rouge 540 MFK. Now, I had actually seen recently someone claim that this was a dead-on, spot-on dupe of Baccarat Rouge. And they were actually in a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls when they saw it, grabbed it. And now that I have it, it is so not. But when it first is sprayed or when you first put your nose on it, totally get it. Does smell just like Baccarat Rouge 540. However, when this is on the arms, it definitely changes big time. Big time. So let me read you the notes of this one. This is jasmine and saffron, amberwood, ambergris, rose, resin, cedar, amber, and patchouli. Now, let me read you the notes of Baccarat. So it's bitter almond, saffron, Egyptian jasmine, cedar, ambergris, woody notes, and musk. So these two definitely have different notes, even listed. What is crazy though? All right, Lattafa Fakar. I'll pop a picture. I own this. I just am too lazy to go grab it. This was actually my very, very first Lattafa. When I said I purchased one a couple years ago, this was the very, very first one. And this is a very like bubblegum, tuberose, floral, sweet, praline type of scent. When this dries down, it is almost a spot on dupe of Fakar, but then there's like a little hint of something Baccarat in it in the dry down, but definitely closer to Fakar, which is not anything like Baccarat, than it is to Baccarat. So it's kind of like, this is like a hybrid of the two. The very first initial spray, you're getting Baccarat Rouge 540. Dry down is Lattafa Fakar. So very, very interesting, very, very unique and kind of strange fragrance. This is $16.99. It is a massive bottle. It is a very, very nice and weighty. I think it stands alone on its own. Like, you definitely have to like pretty sweet, like amber. Like, this is an amber explosion, sweetness, and a little bit of like a bubble gumminess on the dry down, but pretty interesting find from TJ Maxx. Now this next one is not Middle Eastern, but I had no idea this existed. This is a Forever 21 fragrance. Had no clue that they had come out with fragrances. Apparently they came out with a few. I want to say at least 4. And honestly, a couple of the other ones sound very tropical, fruity, summery. And I'm kind of like looking at them a little bit on Fragrance Net to purchase. I think these may be discontinued. I'm not sure if they're still sold in the store. They're definitely discounted on the discount sites. But this one is Mandarin Muse, and this is citrus, neroli, and musk. This was $12.99, and this is just a very easy citrusy sort of fragrance. However, it almost has, this may sound bad, but hear me out. You know, when you get like those cough drops that are those kind of like herbally cough drops, and I don't mean that it smells medicinal. I just mean like when it has that herbal citrusness to a cough drop. This is kind of like an herbal orange. I think it's that neroli that can kind of smell that way, and then a muskiness to it. So I thought this might be best for layering. It's not that great on its own, but I just thought summertime, if I want to add some sort of like citrus, like punch, not that this smells like punch, but you know, just like packs a punch, just like a citrus, like splash to something, this would be really handy to have on hand. So be on the lookout if you see these, especially if you see the other ones. There's like a, I don't know, like a couple of tropical looking bottles. So be on the lookout for Forever 21 fragrances at TJ Maxx. All right, next up we have a fragrance by the Good Scent. I have now collected quite a few of these. I think I've got one here and I've got another one in this haul, but I think now I have 6 total maybe. But I really enjoy these. I think they have a really fun scent profile. Some are a little bit better than others. Honestly, the 2 that I recently got are not my favorite of now the 6 that I have, but still I think a good purchase, $14.99. They do have one that is very, very similar to Sol de Janeiro Sherry ESA 62. That one is definitely one to look out for. It is solar something or another, but it does smell very, very good. This one is called Mama. I think it came out for Mother's Day. So this one, it says the biggest bloom in the bouquet. This is sweet plum, Anjou pear, crisp apple, pink mimosa, cherry blossom, white jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla, and warm amber. This is very, very pleasant. This is like an easy spring, summer, afternoon fragrance. Very warm, very floral, not too cloying, very sunny, happy. I mean, honestly though, this is so much better than say like a Clinique Happy. That is a screechy, scratchy, want to scratch off my skin type of floral that I cannot stand. This one is so much more better balanced than say something like that for $12.99. It's that kind of like amber, the vanilla warm amber in here that I think really grounds these florals. It almost has an ever so slight hint of something masculine in here. And I'm not saying this is like this is definitely like a feminine fragrance, but it's something in the base that's like pretty sexy to me. And I think it must be like the vanilla and warm amber in here, but I think this one is my favorite of the two, but I'll show you the next one next. All right, so the next good scent is Italian Escape. Honestly, the bottle really got me, like these Sicilian lemons in here. It just looked like very like on the coast of Sicily. I love the lemon vibes of it. This one is bright grapefruit, fresh lemons, pear, gardenia petals, fresh tuberose, creamy sandalwood, and warm pound cake. And I was like, ooh, warm pound cake. So in my mind, before I smelled this, I thought this was going to be very like lemony, sort of like baked pastry, baked cake lemon. And honestly, I don't really detect the pound cake, but maybe ever so slightly. This is definitely more of that grapefruit, lemon, tuberose. I get a lot of the tuberose in here, which I actually really love. I do really like this one. This one's kind of addicting. Like the more I smell it, the more I appreciate it. I've always loved tuberose. It takes me back to a place in time. And then one of my all-time favorite fragrances, this is really close to, and that is Michael Kors, like the original Michael Kors. It has been discontinued for a long time. And I've got about this much left in my bottle, and my husband's like, no, because he's always loved that fragrance. I wore it a lot when we were dating, and this honestly reminds me a lot of it. It's not a spot on dupe, but definitely that tuberose in here. And this is not a bubblegummy tuberose, whereas that Fakar I was talking about has a bubblegum tuberose to it. Like it almost has like a root beer to that one. This one is just very kind of spot on like realistic tuberose. This is actually really beautiful. This one's growing on me a lot. All right, my last two are both from Le Monde Gourmand. If you don't know that brand, you guys, I love it so much. I now have a hefty collection. These are number 10 and 11 in my collection. So you guys will definitely have to let me know. Actually, I'm already planning on doing it at some point soon anyway, a ranking video of my Le Monde Gourmand, but I just love it. And here's one of them that I got. This is Ombre Itole. So I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, actually. Itole. I'm saying it almost like Itole, like Spanish, Itole. But if I'm saying that wrong, I'm really sorry. But this is an amber musk whipped cream scent, whipped. You guys, it's really pretty. So what I love about these, and hear me out, because I know people's biggest complaint about Le Monde Gourmand is that they're not long lasting enough. However, not all of their lasting power are created equal across the board. I have some like the, there's a lemon one that I have, and then the like Coco Bonbon or Benet Bonbon. That one, those two, I love the way they smell, but man, they fade within like about 2 hours. Then I have some that honestly last 6 hours or so, and they're so inexpensive. So these little guys were $12.99, and I've been mainly seeing the little ones there over the past couple of years, but now recently in the locked case, I've been seeing their larger bottles. They actually have like a mid-size one that I own a bunch of, but I either see the little or like the big ones there. But anyway, I love the juice in here. I love that you can see the depth. The amber really stands out in this. This is an easy wear. It's a really fluffy, sweet amber scent. This one, perfect for an easy grab, really kind of any time of the day, year round. Maybe slightly leaning towards like a little bit cooler weather for this one because the amber is so warm. This would also make a lovely layering fragrance. Really good. I'm definitely gonna do a ranking of all my Le Monde Gourmands. The next one, I was so excited because I've always wanted this one. This is Le Soda Pop. Now, this was a limited edition that came out, I want to say a year and a half ago. I think it was like a carnival series where they had like, I think maybe one was a popcorn one, this one. Don't remember what the other one was, but I saw mixed reviews on this one and I actually really enjoy this for a very specific reason. So the notes in here are Coca-Cola, jasmine, and sugarcane. Why I love this so much is it is a very kind of almost spicy Coca-Cola, like a fizziness that almost like goes up your nose when you smell it. It is not overly sweet, even though it says Coca-Cola, sugarcane, you would think like, oh, it's gonna be super sweet. Maybe it's the jasmine in it that kind of like cuts into that, but it's not like floral either. But why I like this is this puts me in a specific place and time that I know nothing about, that I've never been in, but it's how I would imagine it would be. When I smell this, it has this sort of nostalgic quality to it. And it puts me in like the 50s. It's summertime. There is a soda shop. Everyone, you know, goes in the hot afternoon. You walk in and, you know, maybe there's some like magazines, books laying on the table. Like someone just came in from the local library, set them down, and you get like a whiff of like books, magazines, maybe like a little bit of dustiness in the air, and then you have this like soda that's like sat in front of you that's bubbling and fizzing still. And that is what I smell like this. It's like it takes me back to a simple time, like in a soda shop for whatever reason, but not like a current soda shop. Like we're talking like there's this just like this dustiness to it that I find very endearing, very charming. I know that's very specific, and this is probably when some people start rolling their eyes at fragrance lovers. They're like, girl, you are stretching and you are making that up in your head. I can't help it. That is what I think of. And it's like I got to go back in time to a place that I've never been, in a time period I've never been in. And for that, I love this so much. It's so charming to me. I'm so excited that I found it at TJ Maxx of all places. That is it, you guys. Those are the 10 recent fragrances I found at TJ Maxx. Again, I'm thrilled that they are putting Middle Eastern fragrances in there. Like that will get me there. I already go pretty much once a week and my husband is like, you have to stop it. But I may go more than that now because I don't want to miss out on Middle Eastern fragrances in my local TJ Maxx. But you guys will have to let me know, have you seen them there too? Are you going to go look for these? Which one of these interests you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.